or be a better salesperson. Thank you, Acela, for recording. To be honest with you, there's no way you can fit all this training within an hour. This is an ongoing training. There's a lot to learn from this. And you just got to continue to keep growing and continue to keep learning. So I'm going to do my best. The majority of the training that I'm going to do today, to be honest with you guys, is going to be a little advanced. Okay. So if you're not a solar pro and you're not ready to close deals, that's okay. You're going to learn a lot from this, but I'm also going to do a little bit of training for people that are beginners. So little background with me, guys. I'm sorry I missed the Mentor Factory. I wish I could have made it out there. A couple of things happened. I'm sure a lot of you know that I broke my leg, believe it or not, skating. So I've been on crutches for, almost 6 weeks. Had a visit last week and the doctor says it's still not healed. And unfortunately, family got COVID and I didn't want to go out there and spread it. So, I'm really excited. JC asked me to do today's training. And a little background with me, guys, and a lot of my training is going to be about not having an ego, but I just kind of want to let you guys know my background to understand where I'm coming from, okay? I started the network marketing industry very, very young. My father's been in network marketing since I was 5 years old. My first ever real job, I think I was 14 and I wanted new sneakers. And at the time, my dad was in the deregulation of electricity, believe it or not, which is funny in California, which we know a lot of that didn't happen. And he said, great. So if you go, believe it or not, this is a true story, guys. At age 14, he said, if you go door knocking, tell people you can guarantee lower their electric bill, that your dad's in the the energy industry. And if you get a copy of their electric bill, for every bill that you get, I'll give you $100. That was like my first legit job, okay? Other than maybe doing some illegal things, which I don't want to talk about, okay? So, I remember back then as a kid, it was probably a little bit easier. I would go out, get 2 bills, $200 at 14. I was living on top of the world. From there, I fell into network marketing. I was in that for pretty much the majority of my life up until about 7 years ago. When the company we worked for, we moved, or they actually went out of business, and we moved to Arizona because that's where my wife's whole family is at the time. We had a brand new little boy, and I didn't know anybody other than the family, and I just kind of fell into sales. So the first sales company that I was with, I had no sales experience other than network marketing, which is pretty much debatable. If anybody knows, multi-level marketing's pretty much sales, but really no resume. I didn't have, imagine going in for a job interview and they're like, yeah, did you bring your resume? I'm like, what's that? I've never heard of that thing before. Well, what's your background? And I kind of told them, and he honestly told me, look, man, I don't know this is for you. And I said, give me a shot. Give me a shot. I promise you I'll be one of your top sales reps. And he gave me a shot. And you're going to hear about the story of that training, the first 10-day training with the first sales job I ever had in a little bit. But I ended up breaking the company record my 4th month there. Luis Perez is on here. He was actually in the water industry. We were selling water filters. Ended up performing so well. I went to another company, which I actually have an award for, that I was the #1 sales rep in the whole country out of 600 offices, probably 2,000 sales reps. And started my own water company and then got into solar. So I'm not saying any of that stuff to impress you guys, just to impress upon you that the people that has been in this industry for a long time and had multiple mentors in multiple areas, we've learned some things and we pick up on things, and I never stop learning. I would have loved to have been there at the Mentor Factory. I still to this day People that are really successful, success leaves clues. We're constantly working on themselves. Zig Ziglar says is the best is motivation's like a shower. You need to do it every single day. Just like in continuing to work on yourself. I know some people have seen on my other trainings, but look, nothing stays the same. You're either growing or you're dying. If you've ever felt upset, angry, depressed in any area of your life, is because you stopped growing. So, I just wanted to share with you guys all that, because I know, we have some incredible mentors. We have some incredible training, but I just wanted to let you guys know my background, my history. Okay. So with that said, today's training is basically how to increase your conversion or closing ratio. This isn't about getting more or how to get more. This is when you have a solid lead, how do you convert that better? So I want to see some hands. How many people would like, when you do get a lead, to make sure that goes through the process and gets closed? Because I was taught in the solar industry that so as a salesperson, right? So to kind of put this in perspective, somebody would go out, get the lead, and what we called, and for the sake of this training, I'm going to call it openers and closers, right? So for in other words, if you're not a pro yet, if you're not closing your own deals, you're getting an appointment for a mentor to help you close it, you're an opener. And if you're a mentor, you're a closer. Or let's say you've already got your 3-4 deals and you're out on your own, that would mean that you're a closer. Somebody would go get the appointment, and I would literally get a text message every night around 9, 10 o'clock at night with anywhere from 2, and anybody that's been in sales, you can type in the chat, yes, or what I'm talking about, 2 to 4 appointments, and all it would show is a name, address, and time to show up. I didn't know who these people were. I have no recollection how the appointment was set. And I showed up and did my thing. And I was told that an average sales rep closes around 30%. A good sales rep closes 40%. And if you can close 50%, that is absolutely unbelievable. And guess what? You might be able to pull it off some months, but hey, don't think you're going to be able to close 50 all the time. I ended up being around 75%. Okay. So, and I want to teach you why. Okay. So before I get into the in-depth advanced stuff on actually how to close, I hate saying that word close, but let's be honest, everybody that's on this call is here to learn and make more money. We're closing deals. Normally we would say help the, homeowner or whatever. So, the first part is just going to be basic stuff if you're an opener. Okay. And once again, we're using this for lingo. So first step. Okay. And I wish JC told me last night, I apologize. I wish I had a PowerPoint set up for you guys. But I just basically sat down real quick, took like 3 pages of notes. So if you got your notepad out, get ready. I'm going to have some great one-liners for you. So step number 1, check your ego at the door. Ego, Luis Perez is on here. He inspired me. For me, ego stands for edging God out. Ego will kill an appointment so fast. It will kill a sale so fast. Not only that, it will kill your ability to learn and progress and become successful with power. You got to check your ego at the door. I cannot tell you how many people that I have personally trained outside of this business and even in power. Well, my background's this, and this, and I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I think you need to change your PowerPoint. And I think you need to do this. No. Have you helped over 300 people go solar? So I'm going to be a little brutal. And if anybody's ever seen my training, I wear my heart on my sleeve. If I offend anybody, I'm sorry, you can leave. No, I'm joking. But I just like to be honest with people. Okay. But I even when I used to train people in water, I remember a guy show up and he pulled up in an Audi R8, and he saw my car, which I have a nice car. And he's like, oh, you're the trainer, nice car. This is an Audi R8, and you could see he had a bright gold Rolex on. He didn't even make it through training. I've had other guys that got through training and couldn't close a front door. You got to be able to humble yourself going into a new industry and be able to learn from other people. I love it. Me and Luis Perez that's on here, and Anthony Bonilla and David Perez, and John, there's so many people that I've learned from here that we've probably outproduced each other in different areas, but we're able to humble each other and really just listen to each other. And the biggest thing we used to have is as people that are openers that would want to learn how to close. Look, your job is to edify, pass people off, and shut up. For any men, I won't even say it. I won't even call people out, but I'm sure there's been mentors on here that you get on a Zoom and you're in your flow, and all of a sudden, well, hey, did you tell him about the 30-year warranty? That's later in my presentation. Thanks for messing this all up. But guys, you're here to learn, okay? And I'm sorry to go off on that, but I've seen it kill people so many times. The second one is don't be the expert. I'm not going to go through all this training in depth because I believe I have another training on this, and find it personally. I have a whole training on expert from afar. But the biggest thing that people will kill themselves in is overcomplicating it, right? I'll tell you guys a story to show you the mindset of an opener. I used to be with this company. I hit the rank of diamond, which, if you guys know what that is, in network marketing, it's up there. I think I was 21, 22 years old, making 15 grand a month. I was on top of the world. I've sat through thousands of presentations. I've sat through hundreds of trainings. I knew all the answers. And one of my friends brought his uncle, and he goes, man, my uncle, he's one of the top, guys in the Valley. He knows everybody. If he gets in, he'll kill it. He saw the presentation. He came to me and goes, I got a couple questions. I go, yeah, what's up? He goes, listen, this seems awesome, but how exactly do the solar panels work? Or how does the product work? I don't know. I'm just a high school dropout. All I know is we have some serious experts that can explain everything there is about the product. Okay, well, listen, I'm serious. I need to make some money fast. How does the comp plan work? I don't know. I'm just a high school dropout. I'm not an accountant or a mathematician, but I do know people that can explain the comp plan to you. I thought you were a diamond. Are you making good money? I used to carry around uncashed checks on me. Wham! This is my check last week, 3 grand. I'm in. Well, I thought you had a bunch of questions. Listen, if you can do this, I can do this. See, your only job is to edify the expert. Think of yourself as like a football player. Everybody's watching football now. You're a quarterback. Once the quarterback gets the football in their hand, you want to get it out of your hands and into somebody that can run it in the end zone as fast as you can, even if you know the answers to their questions, guys. Don't answer them. Here's the best way if you're an opener to handle any question. I don't know. All I know is tell a story. Well, how exactly do these systems work? I don't know. All I know is I've seen bills of people where their electric bill cut in half. Well, how I don't know. All I know is, okay. And I can spend hours on this, but I want to get to more of the closing. The second one for openers is get excited, get jacked up. Do you know that you can get people to do almost anything if you're excited? I always love giving this training is, there's 2 stories. Imagine if I was going to, talk to Acela and she said, well, what are you doing after the training? Well, I broke my leg, so I got to get in a little bit better shape, so I've been doing physical therapy and I go to the gym. It's pretty nice there, I guess. And after I do my workout, they have a really nice sauna, and then, you jump in the pool. It's pretty relaxing, I guess. I got a guest pass. Do you want to come with me? You know what? I forgot. I got something else to do. Or what are you doing after the training? Oh my gosh. Ever since I hurt my leg, I found this amazing gym, man. It's so awesome. They have this awesome like bar area that they make you fresh smoothies and food once you get your stretches in, and it just helps you with the day. You feel so much energized and relaxed, and afterwards you just sit in the sauna and your muscles just relax, and it's just such a great way to start the day. Hey, guess what? I got a guest pass. You want to come with me? Hey, see, I literally said the same thing. I just said it with excitement. How many people you're calling people out of desperation, not excitement? So when you're talking to people, you should be jacked out of your mind. You have an opportunity to partner up. I should say this even a different way. Everybody that's on here, if this is your first experience in solar, I cannot tell you how lucky you are. You should have to go through the ringer like a lot of us did. I know most of the mentors on here type in an amen. You should have to go to a crappy company that treats you like crap and gives you bad leads, and run around and put thousands of miles on your cars to only make $500 to $1,500 a sale. You're able to partner up with experts that will close the deal for you, and you get 50% of the commission? Are you kidding me? I say it all the time because I know we have amazing people on here that want to do great things. But I've had people that's joined the company, they get jacked out of their mind, they get 2 deals, and then I don't ever hear from them again. How many mentors, give me a hands up, that's ever happened? Why? Because they just made, in a week's worth of work, anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000. That's how much they make in 6 months. They're gone. I'm out of here. Right? So, just get excited, guys. How many people, and I won't ask people the number here, but in your mind, for people that aren't doing this full time, how much would it take for you to go tell your boss he's number one? No, sorry. I got to lighten it up a little bit here. But think about that. Think about how much money on a monthly basis you could go tell your boss or your job, I'm done, and live the life you really want to live. I had to move my office in my own bedroom. Thank God we have a big enough bedroom I can fit everything in it, still have an office, because my in-laws were building a home and I didn't want them to stay in a hotel. So we moved them into the guest room. I work from home. I get to see my kids every day. I get to pick them up, drop them off. I get to support my wife so she can have her passion. I haven't had a boss tell me when to wake up forever. You guys know you guys know what time I wake up every morning? Anybody want to guess? When I'm done sleeping. I haven't had an alarm clock. I don't even know when. But put that number in your head. And guys, even if you're just an opener and the average commission is $6,000, let's say it's $9,000, $9,000 a month. That is a high level of income for average Americans. That's 3 mentor deals a month. Can you guys get excited? Can I get an amen? And the last one is, and I can't believe I'm 20 minutes in, I'm going to go fast. The next one is, numbers don't lie. Check the scoreboard. Okay, this is just a numbers game, guys. I understand it's scary. Humans' number one fear in life is rejection. I get that. It's scary. You got to get excited enough to look past the rejection. Every no gets you closer to a yes. I've trained a lot of people on this. You write 3 squares. Wherever it is, put it where you can see it every day. The first one is, how many people did I talk to today? The second one is, how many appointments did I set? How many electric bills did I get? And the last one is how many deals did we sign up? Because if the last one is 0 and you only got 1 electric bill and talked to 3, what if you talked to 6 and got 2 bills and 1 of them went in? So, wow, let me get this right. So if I talked to 6, got 3 bills or 2 bills and or whatever, you get my point. So increase your numbers, right? So that's all it is just putting in more numbers. Jim Rohn, one of the greatest philosophers of our time, he said it the best, is that he knew that he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed, but he would just outwork everybody. If you talk to 10 people and get 3 bills, guys, you know, in baseball, if you bat an average of 300, you're a multimillionaire professional baseball player. For those of you that don't know baseball, that means for every 10 times you go to bat, you hit the ball 3 times and get on first base. You guys, I can tell you right now, in Powur, if you can bat a 300, for every 10 people you talk to, you get 3 bills, you'll never have to worry about money the rest of your life. Any mentors on here, give me a back up and say yes, that you would agree with that. So now it's up to you. Do you want to get those 7 no's in a week, a day, or a month, or a quarter, or a year? Totally up to you. Okay, moving on. I was going to go through that fast. Sorry, guys. Like I said, when it comes to training people sales, I love this stuff. I'm passionate about it. I could talk forever. So the next one, closing. All right. You got, you know, these are for people that you've got past your first deals. You're now on your own. Step number 1. Anybody want to guess what it is? Check your ego at the door. I'm telling you guys, I want you to write this down. Nobody wants to be sold, but they love to buy things. You got to humble yourself. You got the biggest thing, 80% of sales is getting people to know, like, and trust you. Once again, going back to that guy in an Audi R8. When I would walk into homes, guys, I have nice watches. I have Rolexes. I have Breitlings. I would specifically wear my iWatch that's all scratched up and the leather band's broken. I don't have a crazy nice car, but it's above average car. I would park it 2 doors down so they wouldn't see my car in front of their house. I wouldn't even, my wife would go, oh my gosh, you know, your shoes are all dirty. Shouldn't you clean them up before your meeting? No, I want to go in there and make them feel comfortable. You know, how many, I can't tell you how many sales reps, you know, how many people have seen this, the salesperson. You can see them a mile away. Hi, Sella, I'm here to get you some solar and get you the deal of a lifetime. Why don't we sit down? You're like, get the hell out of my house. You got to make people feel relaxed. You know, and when it comes to having an ego as well, is find the right person to mirror and match. Everybody wants to, change stuff. Look, if your mentor is somebody like, I see David Perez on here and Eric Garcia and Luis Perez. I mean, Luis Perez closed 10 deals in a week. And you watch him do a presentation. Listen, it's okay to be a copycat. Just copy the right cat. I used to call it R&D, rip off and duplicate. See, when I first started in this industry, guys, in network marketing, I didn't tell you my full story. I'm a high school dropout. I dropped out of high school to try to become a professional skater. When that didn't work out for me, I started doing illegal things to make money. That's probably my first job. Now it's legal everywhere. But hey, how many people know skaters? They all, like to hit the pipe. And I ended up getting caught up. I'm not proud of it, but I spent some time in jail. And here I was at the age of 21 years old, 22. I had no education, no work experience, and now a criminal background. I had 5 friends, and all 5 of my friends were losers too. And my dad said, look, I'll train you. And I used to sit in the front row and watch him do presentation after presentation after presentation after presentation until it was seared in my mind. I would, when I had talked to people, I would rip his jokes off. Some people say, oh my gosh, you sound just like your dad. When I do my little laugh, it's because my dad laughs like that. I mirrored and matched him to the T. Why? Because he made a buttload of money. I wasn't interested in reinventing the wheel. And I used to tell my story all the time that I've mentored people, and I don't want to call people out, but there's actually 2 or 3 people in Powur that I've tried to help mentor, and they introduce themselves to the customer like this. Hi, Sandy. My name's Robert. I broke every record there is in sales. I've been a professional network marketer my whole life. I got really nice rewards all on my office. And yeah, I'm pretty much the man, and I'm here to sell you solar. You ready to get going? No. See, people don't like to be sold, but they like to buy things. You got to get their framework around that you're here to help them. It's us versus the electrical company. You're just like them. You're trying to help them. See, you got to listen to the customer. The best sales rep in the world are problem solvers. Don't go in there and tell them what they need. Give them what they want. Can I get an amen for some people on here? See, it's like what it's called is building rapport, guys. If people don't know what rapport is, it's getting people comfortable and trusting you. Okay. This is advanced stuff all the way down to mirroring and matching them. And what do I mean by that? If I walk into an energetic family, hey, you're the solar guy? You know what my response is? Heck yeah, I am. Great to see you. When I walk into a retired family or an older lady, hi, ma'am, how are you doing? Oh, is that your grandchildren on the wall? They're so beautiful. Every time, do you want coffee? Even if I don't want it, I would love coffee. Thank you, ma'am. If they're sitting forward, I sit forward. If they cross their hands, I cross their hands. If they talk fast, I talk really fast, man. I'm super excited to be here. I'm super excited to train you guys on how to close people better. If they talk real slow, we've been looking in solar for a long time. My wife, I don't do it on purpose to mock people. My wife thinks it's a joke. When she goes, she goes, that was embarrassing. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, were you making fun of that guy? What? Well, it was and if you guys don't know, here in Arizona where we live, there's a lot of farmers out here. And, we're sitting, we just meet a guy. I think we're waiting at the bar, waiting for our seat. How you doing, sir? And I look right over and go, I'm doing just fine. How are you doing, sir? I didn't even mentally know I was doing it, but I've just been doing this my whole life. And immediately, my wife always says, how do you make friends everywhere you go? It's I've mastered the ability to make people feel comfortable and make them think I shouldn't say make them think, let them know that I care. See, with ego, like I said, a lot of people that are ego narcissistic, the only reason they're talking to you is because they want to get something out of it. See, if get your head around, and I really believe this, and I'm sure most of you guys do too, that I think everybody that lets me in their home, or everybody that opens the door when I'm knocking, or anybody that sets a Zoom appointment, I'm doing them a favor. I'm helping them. We're helping the environment. We're here to get them out of a monopoly and save them thousands of dollars. I believe in it. I'm passionate about it. And guess what? The customer can sense it. You ever heard the term? It's called commission breath. It's one of the hardest things to get rid of. Everybody gets it. I know even the top leaders on here get commission breath. It's crazy because if you just came off a week, like I know a lot of closers on here and mentors on here have, where you just close 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10 deals for the week. And you get on an appointment and you really don't give a crap if they sign up. You're like, I was supposed to have tonight off. Nobody can take this mentor deal. I guess I'll take it. I'll just do it real quick, get it done so I can get out of here and get a late dinner with the wife. Hey, Mario, how you doing? Why are you interested in solar? Hey, I don't care how much it costs. I want to sign up right now. Yeah, it looks like here we're saving you $50 a month. Boom. What do we got to do? Actually, you know what? I want to pay cash. Okay. I mean, I see some smiles, but how many good salespeople know that happens? It's like, you didn't even want to be there. You're going to rush through it because you don't even care if you lose the sale. And it goes through because you don't care. And then the flip side, you had a rough week last week and you haven't closed any this week. Gosh, I got to get this sale. Come on, Robert, you got it. You got it. You got it. Well, looks like here we cut your electric bill in half. I don't think we're ready for solar right now. What? Yeah, should I follow up with you next week? No need. We're not interested. Any salesperson knows that you've been there, right? I'll teach you at the very end of this how I get over that mindset. So I'm going off, but I went through, sorry, I have my notes here, building rapport, fine. Yeah, okay. Here's another one. Write this down. People never remember what you said. They always remember how you made them feel. If you can get past what the whole part I've just talked about right now, that is 80% of sales. If you can master dropping your ego, getting people to know, like, and trust you and build rapport with them, 80% of the job is done. For any good closer and mentor on here, give me an amen and tell me that's not true. People overcomplicate this and think they need to know everything. People laugh at me that I've mentored deals for. Because, well, how does this work? Or what's this with the panel? Or, what's the difference between this, and this? I don't know, sir. I apologize. But I could get that answer for you. Do you need that answer to move forward? Actually, not really. I was interested. Let's fill out the paperwork. They're like, I knew the answer to that. I spent 2 weeks reading all the spec sheets. I literally had a guy the other day. Hey, I just got the contract over and it's a bunch of pages. What does all this say? I don't know. I never went to law school. Huh? You never read this? No. Yeah. Have you ever applied for a credit card? He goes, yeah. And they give you a book about this thick. Do you read the whole thing or do you flip to the last page and fill out the credit app? Well, I just fill out the credit app. Same thing here. If you want to read the whole thing, you're more than welcome to, but I don't know what it means. Yeah, you're right. I just signed it. They're completed. Because they trust me. Can I get an amen to that? So once you get over that, now with the presentation, okay, this is my secret sauce. I know we still got 20 minutes here. Another one to write down. That's a gold nuggets. Facts tell, stories sell. All right. When you need to perfect your script, and when I mean facts tell, stories sell, anybody that's watched me present, when I'm trying to make a point, I always back it up with a story. You need to tie it down to them emotionally, right? You need them to be committed and feeling. Why do car salesmen? That's the first thing they do. If anybody's been car sales, I was thinking about maybe getting a Mercedes or, an Infiniti versus a Lexus. Yeah. Hey, no problem. Would you want black or white or four-door? Or yeah, I was looking for a four-door, probably in black, okay, cool. Listen, does this one look nice? Yeah, what's the specs on it? Hey, I got the keys right here. And they hand them to you. Why don't we go around the block? Why do they do that? Because they want you to get emotional. They want you to be connected to it, right? So, telling stories after stories to really get people engaged, right? One of my favorite stories is, and I try to get people in the mindset. I know a lot of people have done this, but when I go down to where it shows the system and it shows the total kilowatt hours that it'll produce, I stop. A lot of times I'll even stop sharing my screen. Hey, David, man, I get so excited when I talk about this thing's going to produce 15,000 kilowatt hours. It's why I got in this industry. You know what this means? You're officially your own electrical company. So that APS just raised their rates by 10% or by 9% again? Yeah. You remember back when your electric bills, you said you owned the house 5 years ago. What were your electric bills back then? Oh my gosh, like $100, $150 less. And I say, in other words, the way I like to say it is, I remember when I got my first car some 20 years ago. I was all excited. I called all my friends. Hey, I got my car finally. Hey, let's go to the beach today, kick in some gas money, right? And I went to pick up my friends and they all came out with handfuls of change. You remember that? That could get you to the beach and back 20 years ago. Now it won't get you to the gas station and back. Do you remember what it was like paying 98 cents a gallon? Anybody? So what if I could go back 20 years ago and have you sign a contract saying you'd never pay more than 98 cents a gallon? Do you think that would have been a smart deal? You might have called me insane, but it would have been a good deal. That's the same thing with solar. What if you could sign a contract today saying that you'd never pay more than $150 a month? And guess what? Once you pay it off, it goes to zero. What would that be like to get an electric bill that says zero? Honey, oh my gosh. Yeah, we just got a bill for $400. See what I just did there? I got them emotionally connected by telling a story. And you got to put those in. Or, one of my other favorite stories. I'll do this real quick because it really, for people that says my internet's not stable. Can you guys still hear and see me okay? And I know we got 15 minutes, but I'll just tell this one story. And this is actually a true story for people that are like, oh, well, we're just not sure. Or, people, you try to do the math with people. Well, $150 is too much. You just showed them their average electric bill is $250. You're saving them $100. It's a big amount to finance. Yeah, I get it. And this is a true story. I pull up to this neighborhood and it was a retirement area. Every house was the same. House, carport, house, carport, house, carport. These houses couldn't have been more than 900 square foot, tiny little retirement community. Open the door and in front of me, the lady's got to be 80 years old, right? So definitely doesn't file for tax credits, and I really pre-qualified her. I'm like, ma'am, why am I here? Solar systems are pretty expensive. They're 20, 25-year loans. Like, I'm trying to make sure, she's with it here. She goes, look here, honey. I'm like, uh-oh. She goes, I moved to Arizona 2 years ago when my husband passed away. And I'm on a fixed income. APS raised the rates again 12% this year. Yeah, I do know that. She goes, I start doing the math on a fixed income. She was 75, right? She goes, if I lived to 95 like my mom did, I'm going to get priced out of my own damn home by the electrical company. So I know if I go solar, my rate's locked in. Not only that, Betty Joe down the street just sold her house for $170, so $170,000. You know, every house in this community is 150, maybe 160 if they redid the bathroom, shower. So I go down to Betty Joe's. What kind of tile did she use in her house? Come to find out, she's got solar on the back of her home. So I know if I go solar, not only A, does my bill drop, B, my rate's locked in, so I don't get screwed over by APS no more. And C, damn, even if I move in 10 years, I can sell it for 20 grand more, pay off the loan and put 5 grand and take it to Vegas. Either way, I'm ahead, Sonny. You know what that does to the customer? Well, geez, if a 75-year-old lady can figure this out, I guess I should be. But I can go into stories. The next one is perfect your script, guys. Gosh, I'm running out of time. I still have a whole nother page here, but perfect your pitch. Perfect it, man. I remember, you know, I was trained. This is another way to put it. I was trained in network marketing, right? So our job is invite people to a hotel, you know, office, whatever. You stand up and you do a presentation, not for one or a family, but for 10, 20, 100, 300 people at a time. See, I tell people all the time is I am not a good closer. I'm not. I'm just a really good presenter. I hate closing. I really do. So your job is to do such an amazing presentation that they shouldn't have any objections. And here's a key to anybody on here. If you're getting any objections, it's because you messed up somewhere in your presentation. Now that's my style. I know there's other people that, boom, they go through the presentation faster than you can tell. And then boom, now it's closing time. I'm not like that. I'm a very soft seller because I was just taught that you need to present in such a way that it makes so much sense to them. There is no objections. Does that make sense to everybody? And when I say perfect it, you got to have it dialed in, man. For anybody that's seen me pitch, you could log onto my Zoom in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm probably saying the same stupid joke that I say every single time. I'm saying the same stupid story that I say every single time. Why? Because it works. Master the mundane. Just like I said with my father, I would sit in the front row. He would do the same presentation over and over, and our checks got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I actually messed up a couple times because he would tell a joke and like pause right before the little punchline. And we're in a room of 200-300 people. I'm like, oh, watch, this joke's gonna be funny. Like I had it memorized that freaking solid. And you guys people always want to waver from side to side. You just got to figure out what works for you. And if it doesn't work for you, find somebody like an Eric Garcia or a JC Rangel or, you know, David Perez and watch their presentation. There's a reason there's people on the leaderboard, guys. Mirror and match them. I guarantee, you know, how many people, mentors on here, if somebody ripped off your presentation word for word, would you do it? Would you mind if they did it? Probably no. We want to help people here. You know, when I first started in that water company, going back to that, another great story for you guys. In the middle of this 10-day training, my wife was 9 months pregnant. And they gave us a 42-page script to memorize. If you didn't memorize it, you didn't pass through training. I had to leave in the middle of training for 2 days while my wife gave birth, all while being behind on rent and 2 months behind on my car payment. The majority of our water comes from the CAP, Central Arizona Project water, which means the majority of our water comes from the Colorado River some 400 miles away and has to travel in open canals all the way here. So it picks up every imaginable impurity possible. everything from fungicides, pesticides, herbicides, chromium-6, trihalomethanes. You know, when you're on the 10, 17, 405 right next to the airport and you see an open thing of water going right underneath all those? Yeah, that's your drinking water. See, I haven't done a water presentation for 4 years, guys, because I'm a perfectionist. I know that it works. So work on your pitch. Another great one is when, I'll get through a lot of these real quick here. When we were sitting down in a sales meeting, I'll give you one of my best closes right here, guys. We were sitting in a sales meeting and the whole meeting was how to handle objections. And I don't even remember what my objection was, but it got all the way around to me and I don't even remember what it was. And this is what I said. Look, Eric, I'm really sorry. There's something I must have said or did to get you to not trust or like me or trust the company. And if you don't see the value of helping our planet by cutting your electric bill in half, I apologize. I'll just try better next time. And hopefully I didn't offend your family. That right there is my best close. And everybody in the room started laughing. No, you got to isolate the objection and blah, 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 blah. And I looked over at the leaderboard and I was number one. And I said, numbers don't lie. A guy, one of the seniors there almost beat me up. But that's, if you're getting the same objection over and over again, oh, it costs too much. Oh, we're not ready to put this big of a loan. Oh, we want to shop around. Oh, if you're getting these same objections every single time, there's something that you're lacking in your presentation, or you didn't spend enough time building rapport with people. Does that make sense to everybody? We want to shop around. You didn't build value in yourself. They don't trust you. Bottom line, they don't trust you. They want to find somebody else that they can trust. It costs too much. You didn't build value and power. You did not build value and power in our product. It's too much, too much money to finance. You didn't build value in the savings. You messed up. It's okay. Lick your wounds and get better next time. The other thing, and I know we only got 8 minutes and I'll go through these fast, is the nod. I know this is super advanced. It's called NLP, but through the whole presentation, you gotta assume the sale and get them to agree with you. Acela, you told me at the very beginning that your number one goal was to save money. So just like with the gas prices, doesn't it make sense to lock in your rate? Yeah. So you're telling me if we could lock in your rate and I save you money, so I'm trying to go fast now because I feel rushed, but your job is to get them to agree with you and say yes and yes and yes, because then at the very end, what do you think they're going to say? If I'll shut things down, people have seen me do this. If the homeowner's sitting there like this, doesn't that make sense to you? Well, gosh, how would that make you feel while your next door neighbors are paying $600 in the summer and you're paying $0? Stop sharing my screen. Face comes up. Mario, is there something wrong? Listen, I don't know what's going on here, but you originally said you wanted to save money and help the environment. But if solar's not for you, I'll just move on right now. I got other things to do. No. Hey, what? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah, I'll shut it down. If they're not agreeing with me and interactive, I'll just shut it down. Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to close out. So the last one is, I got a lot of other stuff. The last one, guys, is once I said confidence and assuming the sell. If you're getting them to agree with you the whole time and they get it, the very last thing is once I explain all the financing to them. And, Sandy, I keep using your guys' names because you're the only people up here, Joe or Eric. Look, so by saving you X amount of dollars a month, increasing the value of your home and locking in your system, doesn't that make sense? Yeah. Awesome. So it's really simple. The first step is we got to get you financed. And I click on the button, just assume the sale. People have seen me do this and they trip out. So cool. So it all makes sense. Awesome. So let me go here. Look, Erica, what's the first four of your social? Or the last four of your social? 7120. Okay, awesome. What do you do for a living? Honestly, because if you sit there and contemplate, once again, getting them to trust you, if you're so confident that they believe in the whole time is when I say assuming the sale isn't it going to be awesome when it gets on the roof? You know, when I show that first page where it shows it on the panels, doesn't that look great? Your system looks amazing. And I constantly talk about it as they already bought it. I'm just going through the specs with them, right? So if they didn't buy, like I said, shopping around, I kind of went through that, but you know, it's because you didn't build value. So the last one that I'll just talk about, and I got more, but I don't want to waste people's time here, but going through my last secret little tip for you guys. If you haven't done so, there's a book out there and it's pretty advanced, but it's called Science of Getting Rich by Dr. Wallace D. Wattles. If anybody's, or even another better one that's probably more simple of beginners is the movie The Secret. Came out, I mean, I don't know, like 15 years ago. People think it's crazy stuff, but you know, in the movie The Secret, she says, you know, I found a book and in the book was a secret. The book she's talking about is The Science of Getting Rich. And most people, when they hear rich, it doesn't necessarily mean money. You can be rich in time, love, happiness. But I visualize and meditate. Huge. So I used to do it, and I used to make the joke, if anybody's ever watched The Office and Dwight and Andy go on a sale together and they pull up and he goes, all right. And he goes, give me a second. You still do this? Just give me a second. And then you see him, Jim. You know, you see Jim sitting there on his phone. He looks at the camera and it pans over to the car and he's sitting in the car. No. Yeah. And he's punching the thing and getting all crazy. He's getting pumped up before his presentation. See, I do that a lot. I sit, I'll breathe, and I visualize. I visualize the customer excited. I visualize the customer being engaged and getting myself into that place, that how it feels. How many people know what it's like, and give me an amen, the first time you closed a deal? Done, docs are signed, you got the email, it's like, yeah, thank you, God, thank you. If you can put yourself into that state before, I kid you not, my wife still knows that I do it. I know this is a big deal to jump on Powur Hour. Every time I get anxiety, Luis Perez, you still on here? If he is, we talk about it.
Brother. I'm here, brother. Yeah.
Didn't we just talk about this?
That's right. That's right.
So why? I get anxiety because I'm getting pumped up. I'm walking around. All right, you're a winner. You're a champion. But no, and I just meditate and I visualize what it's going to be like to get that customer, to help another person, and if you can constantly get yourself into that mindset, and me and Luis Perez say it all the time, and I don't care, is thank you, God. Thank you, God. Give me the power and strength to speak on those that have ears to hear. Let me, please. And I just, in my mind, I know Sandy, when she meets me, she's not going to know why, but she's going to trust me, man. She's going to know I'm here to help her. And I'm just in my mind visualizing, because, you know, we've all had those customers. In-home sales is brutal. When you're running leads, I've walked into homes. What the hell are you doing here? Sandy, I didn't set no damn appointment. Get on. I mean, I should read a book, man. I've been attacked by dogs. I've had people pull knives on me. I mean, I'm telling you, Luis Perez, I mean, anybody that's done in-home sales knows you've been through some stuff. So I'm visualizing the customer that's nice and that they're excited. They don't know why, but they just want to move forward. And I, you know, Science of Getting Rich, it just teaches you how to, thoughts are things, guys. thoughts are things, if you're constantly like in that mindset that, oh my gosh, what if they say no, or they're in this mindset, it's going to reflect, in your vibration. How many people, whether you believe in God, science, the universe, we all know there's some kind of energy there, right? How many people know when there's just some people that you meet and you don't know why, but they make you feel good? You can almost see them when you're like, oh, like there she is. You just don't know why. You want to be around them. And then how many people also know there's people that walk in the room and the lights dim? Shake their hand and almost like suck the energy out of you, just like Darth Vader. See, whether you believe it or not, guys, you got to get yourself in a great mindset and positive attitude before going into any presentation, any call, before you knock on a door, before you talk to a customer. I've talked to so many great sales reps, somebody mute, that when I just told them, look, take the freaking time to read Science of Getting Rich, put it on audio if you have to, and try it once. Get to your appointment 15. Everybody knows me, even Isella on this, she's like, hey, I'll jump on it at 9 and it's 8:45. I'm on. Where are you? I'm 15 minutes early to everything. Why? Because I want that time to. This is going to be an awesome presentation. I can't wait to meet these people. I need that time to center myself and focus. So some people might call it crazy, but most people that I know that are massively successful understand that. And any successful person on here can give me an amen. So I'm 1 minute over. Sorry, I didn't go through all the notes. Hopefully you guys got value out of this. Hopefully you guys got some nuggets. It was an honor to be on here with you guys. Sorry, once again, I'll be at the next event, but hey, walking around with crutches and coughing, I just didn't want to be out there. So thank you guys so much. It was a privilege to be on here, and I can't wait to work with all you guys. Anybody can reach out to me directly on Facebook, or put my phone number in here, 923-7389. I got tons of, if you look me up on YouTube, I think I got over 200 videos on there, even from that peak of interest to, expert from afar. A lot of those topics I touched on and just said, hey, I got to go. You can hit me up. I'll send you maybe more in-depth videos on that stuff, but hopefully people got value here, and I really appreciate it. So let's go out, let's kick some ass this week, and God bless everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Robert. Great training, man.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Amazing.
Yeah. Good job. Thank you.
Awesome training.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate all you. God bless. Have a great week.
You too.